Hey guys, welcome back to the Thunderbird. So this is that power steering line that I talked about. I'm going to replace. I had it adapted to a compression fitting to go to the GM power steering pump anyways. And this is one of Ford's swivel 16 millimeter power steering fittings. It's supposed to be able to swivel, and that just has a I don't know if it's nylon or what it is, some sort of plastic compression O-ring type washer on here. That's, you can see the remnants of it here. Pressure port, I believe, for checking pressure. But that's not the whole line here. It's going to be pretty difficult for you to see, but there's still a part of the line up in there. I think you can see it. This piece right here. That's a swivelly bit. And it's got all kinds of play in there. That line is like a 45-degree adapter from the rack to the power steering line, because they know that it's a bear to get this out of here. So I am going to replace this. It's pretty difficult to even get a wrench on there, so I'm just gonna get her done and then show it to you later. Well guys, I finally got this fitting out of the steering rack and pinion steering, and it is not quite what I thought it was. I should have done a little bit more research on the subject. So this side is 16 millimeter with nylon or Teflon, I think it's Teflon seal. And then this side is actually 9/16 by 18 straight thread with a Teflon seal. And this is supposed to swivel, but there's all kinds of movement in here. They tend to leak. Kind of want to eliminate this, so went to the parts store and I picked up a -6 fitting, O-ring fitting. That should screw right into my rack. And then go with aftermarket AN fittings up to the Hydro Boost. And I can't see it, but I thought I was going to need a 45 to get out of the steering rack and be able to hook to, but it's kind of looking like that straight fitting and a straight fitting on the hose, and then kind of make a nice swooping bend up to the brake booster. Will be fine. Not sure if that's showing up or not, but there's where the port comes out. Hoping that'll be a straight enough shot out that I'll be able to hit it with a straight line. Here I got the Hydro Boost laying next to the old Hydro TEVES thing. You can see how it's quite a bit smaller package. So is what I did here. I took and cut off these factory GM brackets, left a little bit on there, and then I went with this angle finder, and I figured out about what that sits at. That's how I determined how to cut them brackets. Did some measuring and stuff. And then I made this template off the original and made this plate. So it bolts right up to the car using the factory holes. Fits pretty good. That's it's not the master cylinder I'm going to be using. That's just one off a car I had here. It's really similar. Use that to make sure everything cleared. So put the rubber on. And that's where it goes. And it'll sit about like that. Pretty close to right there. Not a whole lot of clearance between the strut cover. It does take up less room than the original. So now it's just bolting that up and running the lines, which if you can see here, this line right here, that's for the steering. That hose will go up to the brake booster. It's pretty tight fit in there. I had to drop the rack to put that in. So I got the booster all mounted in the car. I'm gonna run my hose from the booster to the rack and pinion. Want about that much hose, so I'm gonna go and wrap a little bit of electrical tape around this just so it won't fray up too much. There's braided steel wires in this hose, so it cuts pretty hard. So these fittings are actually pretty easy to put together. Take your hose here. Take your tape off. Can't find the tape looking through the camera. So I put these fittings on. You just stick it on there, thread it on. And you go till you get about there. Actually probably went a little too far. I don't know if you can see it's crushed a little bit. So just back it out just a little bit. Looks pretty good. And then you wiggle this fitting in there. Should go in pretty easy. And then you just start threading it in. This is reverse threads, so you actually do lefty to get that on, but this is righty-tighty. And it's going to go a little harder when you get on there. You put a wrench on that end. Can go a little more. Go a little more yet. So it's actually crimping it into the hose and the rubber as you thread this in. And you're going to want to go till you get your fitting the right way, and that should be good. A little more back. You don't want any stress, any twist on the line. Just want it to be neutral. I'm just going to leave that loose for now till I get the master on. It's either going to go down like this or up like that. I'm waiting for my brake booster and some fittings, and then I'll wrap this up. For now, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. God bless.